Okay. 13 years ago, I was managing a hedge fund in Florida. And one day, I was just minding my own hedge fund business, and out of the blue, I got a phone call from my own internist. And in a very sad voice, he said, "Hey, Michael, I can't be your doctor anymore." So Milton, that was my first telemedicine experience. My doctor used a telephone to tell me that he doesn't want me as his patient. And of course, I put up a brave face and so, "Doc, what's going on? Is it my insurance?" And then my doctor says, "No, Michael, I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. I only have a few more months to live. I'm calling to transfer you to my colleague." And then after a while, he said that, "Michael, I have another request. This diagnosis was really a surprise to my whole family. My whole family was not prepared. You're the only finance guy I know. Can you come help us?" At the time, I was a hedge fund manager, which is not supposed to help people. But how can you tell that to my doctor who cannot tell the difference between a financial advisor and a hedge fund manager? And besides, he's like asking me for help from his deathbed. So I ended up in his home, sitting down with his wife and children. And the wife looked even sicker than he is, with eyes swollen and red. His children look like the same, look like they've been crying for a few days as well. And I just helped them organize their financial mess, basically. 3 months later, he passed away. I stayed on board to help his surviving family, making the necessary adjustment to their new and reduced reality. And they were very grateful. And one day, Mrs. Johnson just grabbed my hand and said, "Michael, I don't know how much I can thank you, because without you, I wouldn't be able to handle all of this." And that's the moment I felt I made a difference. And I changed my hedge fund into a wealth management firm, helping physicians taking care of their finance. The name MZ Capital was the name of the hedge fund originally. And over the last 13 years, I have discovered that only 5% of physicians are taking good care of their personal finance. The other 95% aren't. The reason is very simple. Because medicine is so different from finance, number one. And also, physician or medical practice as a profession is so demanding, mentally demanding, that after a long day of work, they don't have time to look at their finance. Right? And the third reason is that physicians, for very good reason, they distrust financial advice. They distrust financial advisor for very good reason, and I'll get to that later. Some of you might say, "Oh, I'm in a luck because I'm not a physician. I'm an entrepreneur." Okay? I tell you, I know at least three entrepreneurs who successfully sold their business for multiple tens of millions of dollars, and then successfully lost them all in their 70s and have to go back to job market, looking for someone to hire them. So being an entrepreneur, being very skillful in building a business doesn't mean that you're good, have the skill set to preserve your wealth. It's a totally different skill set. So I'm gonna give you because I don't have much time, I'm gonna give you like 30,000 bird eye view of what wealth management involves. And each of these items would be like a 3 hours course. So I'm just gonna go through of them. Number one is prudent investment. Whatever money you make, you wanna put a portion aside and then invest in a prudent way. Number two is tax mitigation. You want to pay as little tax as possible, legally possible, right? Legally possible. Asset protection, as a physician, you know that as you get older, you get sued for no reason. If you're a younger physician, you're safer, but older physicians are like a lawsuit bait, basically. So you need to know how to protect your assets. Air protections, if you go out the street and get run over by a truck, you want your children and spouse are taken care of. So you want to make sure that these arrangements are are well done, so you can feel peace of mind when you get run over by a truck. Yes, charitable planning. About 1/3 of you, after getting so rich, after taking care of your family, you want to be charitable, you want to support a cause. There is a way to do it that also help yourself, okay? Save a lot of tax as well. So charitable planning, important subject. Business successions. For entrepreneurs, it's called exit planning. For physicians, it's called practice successions. So how to extract equity from a lifelong of work, of medical work. So these are 6 pillars of wealth management that I taught you in 30 seconds. Okay, so about financial advisors. Physician has very good instinct that they distrust financial advisors. Because financial advisor is the only profession that do not require any education standard. Right? I'm overeducated. I'm educating beyond my intelligence. I have a PhD in financial economics. But my grandma who don't have much education, he can wear a hat. He can call herself financial advisor as well, and it's not against the law. There's no education standard. And the worst of all is that there was 2 sets of law that regulate financial advisor. One is called Security Exchange Act of 1934 that does not require financial advisors to put their clients' interests first. The other law is the Investment Advisor Act of 1940 that does require the financial advisor to act in the client's best interest. And here's the thing, a financial advisor can choose which law they obey. They can choose which law they fall under. And guess what? 99% of financials choose to fall under the Security Exchange Act of 34. So they're a broker, they're a co-broker. They can collect like kickback, hidden costs. They don't have to give you full disclosures. Only 1% of financial advisors are in the RIA camp. Okay, so if you're lucky to have a broker as your financial advisor, you can expect about 1 to 1.5% in hidden costs on top of their open fees. Like 1% doesn't sound like a lot, right? But over 30 years, like 30% of your wealth lost without even you knowing it, right? You feel good losing your wealth, right? Or you don't feel bad losing your wealth. At least they did that to you. Registered investment advisor. These are the professions who fall under the Investment Advisor Act. Okay, so 3 actions to take. First thing first, get a little bit of financial education, just a little bit help. And I like to shamelessly recommend my own book, which is here. You can request, you can go to my website and get a free copy, a free PDF copy, or you can go to Amazon and spend $25 for the book. And I'm also working on a book for entrepreneurs, and it will be published in December. And the second thing I encourage you to do is to get clarity of your current financial situations. You can go to my website to request such a service. And in fact, the first 2 persons who request the service will get, because I only bring 2 books with me. The first 2 persons, you have to go to the website and get it. Go to the website, use your smartphone, request it, you'll get my book, the first 2 persons. And lastly, I know all of you want me to be your financial advisor by now, okay? All of you, but I can't. I can only take maybe 2 or 3 at best. My capacity is limited. There is an organization that is a professional organization for fiduciary advisors, like honest people, honest financial advisor group together there. Okay, that's called NAPFA, National Association of Personal Financial Advisors. If you ever need to find a financial advisor in your own town, go to this website. Okay, I have like 20 seconds left, so I also love to speak, as you can see. So if you have any event like this and need a speaker, I'm more than happy to do that. And also, if you just want to have a webinar for your physician group and just give them a tiny bit of financial education, let me know, I can help as well. And with that, oh yeah, I want to tell you what happened to the Johnson family. The 2 kids are graduated. They're doing fine. They're doing okay. And the best thing happened to Mrs. Johnson. She remarried. Okay, that's it.
Thanks, Michael. Yeah. Any questions? Again, free advice right now.
Did you make that marriage?
Okay. Any? Okay. Okay. Any questions? Or, yeah.
No questions?
Okay.
I solved every problem. Yes?
We were using Merrill Lynch for our
They're a
wealth.
broker.
I'm sorry?
They are broker. All the
Oh,
big major
okay.
firms, JP Morgan, Merrill Lynch, Morgan Stanley, UBS, all the major Wall Street firms, they are broker. They are not stupid because being a broker, they can collect from both sides. They can get an open fee and then they also collect it back. It's a more profitable model for the Wall Street firms. So.
Yeah, and I think, I think a couple of years ago, he told me there was a new law passed that required, I don't know if it's the brokers or the other RIAs to be concerned about the other person, not themselves.
There is a way to check in the SEC's website.
Yeah.
I should have put it there, but I forgot. There is a way to check in the SEC website whether a financial advisor is a broker or a financial advisor. But that website is actually in my book. If you download my book, go to the download my book. At the last chapter, it will talk about how to look for a fiduciary advisor. And I include the SEC link there as well.
As an individual investor, to be able to look at a set of metrics at advisors or brokers to see what their success has been with previous clients? I mean, is there a way to actually look at that?
No, it's very difficult. I would say almost no way. The first thing you want to make sure is that there's no conflict of interest. This is first things first. You want to make sure there's no conflict of interest. He's not like moving your money away without your knowledge. Okay, he's not charging you hidden costs or put you in investment that get them a kickback. This is most important things. And the other thing is actually a lot harder to determine, like their capability. And I think ideally you want to get a referral, like talk to some of their existing clients, and also find out how their experience working with physician or entrepreneur. But I think first thing first is you want to make sure there's no conflict of interest.
Is Edward Jones in the same group as the brokers?
Where are you?
Edward Jones. Are they also in that same group?
That I actually cannot give a straight answer. That I cannot give a straight answer. Sorry about that. I know all these because it's a regional firm. I have to check, and I'll get back to you on that.
So how do you make money then if you're not like the broker?
Do you want to know that? Yes, as a fiduciary advisor, I have to disclose whoever become my clients, okay? But I don't have to disclose to the public. But I don't mind to tell you this. Usually it's asset under management, how much asset I manage, and it's 1% up to $1 million, and beyond $1 million is gradually reduced to 0.4%. And then there's no hidden fee. If I have hidden fee, I break the law, I'm in jail. Yes. Question?
You've increased our confidence, being the fact that this is not a regulated licensed sort of field. My question is, where are you based, and does it matter where you're based, which state,
Yes,
lawyers and doctors have to be?
I base in Maryland. And I'm 3-state registered. I'm registered in Maryland, Virginia, and DC. But however, the law allowed me to take up to 5 clients in each state without state registration. Yeah, I do tele-wealth. Okay, tele-wealth. one word different, but
So 5 clients per state
yes.
without registration.
Yes, I think the
That
only
gives us
state-
no confidence.
Hmm?
That gives us no confidence.
I cannot give everybody confidence.
No, but the thing is, do the states have different regulations, or it's
No,
kind of
once actually I'll become federal register very shortly, because once your asset under management is over $1 million, you have to become federal register, and then you can do business in all the country. And I just passed $100 million under management, so I will become federal register shortly. That's a requirement. Next year I become federal register, but this year I'm state register.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing the insight there. So.